Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler, and we are continuing our look at the prequels in their original home video releases. Now last time we took a look at The Phantom Menace. In 1999, the film came out in theaters. In 2000, we got a full-screen VHS and a special collector's edition widescreen VHS tape that had some extra goodies in it. And they released in 2001 the film as a widescreen DVD with the little gold packaging. And in 2002, as kind of an afterthought, put out a full-screen edition with blue all around it. 2002 was also the year of the release of Attack of the Clones in theaters. And within less than a year, it also arrived on home video. The oddball there is The Phantom Menace taking so long. At this point, VHS films were tending to come out within about a year of the original release in theaters. So, what do we have here? In this case, we start with a VHS release. Similar packaging style, of course, to what we got with The Phantom Menace. Got a weird kind of label here where it says Star Wars Episode 2 underneath, except it's like a white box with Star Wars and the name done in black, as opposed to being a black background with white letters. First time we've seen that really with this in looking at them on the series here. Jango Fett on one side, Anakin with the two sabers on the other side here. Cool poster art there, and of course the name just stuck there on the top. Similar in style to the boxes that we got with Phantom Menace, and similar to the boxes we got with that 2000 VHS set, only breaking the precedent. Because Phantom Menace in 2000 was black. It was an odd number. In the box set for the classic trilogy, Empire Strikes Back was black. It's an odd number. A New Hope and Return of the Jedi were white. They're even numbers. Now we have Episode 2. It is an even number, and it's in black. I guess so it could match The Phantom Menace, but it's like somebody forgot they already had done something different with the scheme of the way these things look. It's a lot like the Star Wars films, if you notice. And I'm sure you've heard of this before, but if you watch Episode 1 and Episode 3 and Episode 5, the ships coming at us are not coming from a view where we're seeing the back of the ship. They're coming toward us, or we're coming from above. They're the oddballs. Hence being odd numbers, perhaps. But if you look at the even-numbered films, of course, 2, 4, and 6, it's all ships flying away from us each time. There's a pattern, a rhythm to it. Lucas refers to sort of the chords and the chorus that you can hear and the refrains within the Star Wars trilogy. You can see that visually in something like that. They seem to have totally gone out of harmony with this one. Backside, great information, of course, about the film itself. You know, basic stuff, the saga continues, etc., etc. What's weird about Attack of the Clones is that we are entering a point where people just aren't buying VHS movies all that much anymore. It is dying as a format as DVD takes center stage. And with that change comes a change in the marketing strategy for Lucasfilm. The only American home video release, in English at least, that we got of Attack of the Clones on VHS was this one. Full screen. There is no corresponding widescreen release of Attack of the Clones on VHS for the United States. It just does not exist. Instead, if you were really discerning as a viewer and you wanted a widescreen film, you would have bought, released at the same time, the DVD version. Now it doesn't say every saga has a beginning or the saga continues like Phantom Menace did. Now it's just to the point where it just says widescreen there up at the top. Nothing all that special. We have, of course, the gold packaging again. We're going to see blue with the full screen again. We have our similar packaging style, cool art and everything. Back contains information very similar to the kind of stuff in the description we got on the back of the other. You pop this sucker open, and it is, again, a 2-disc set. You have disc 1 with Jango Fett there, and then you have disc 2, your bonus material there with Mace Windu and Obi-Wan Kenobi on it. You also have a little insert, like with the other, like with Phantom Menace. I keep saying the other, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Yoda there. Chapter listing on the reverse side, and if you open it up, information about what else is on this release as far as bonus features. And again, it says, get the most out of your episode, whatever, in this case 2, DVD. As if somehow, you know, people were too dumb to realize, hey, there's 2 discs here. I got 2 copies of the same movie, guess I'll never put that second one in. Of course, there's other features. We're not idiots. Anyway, that, of course, is the widescreen edition. The full screen edition is in blue here. This is what prompted the release of that Phantom Menace full screen edition with the blue. This was actually the one that was in the production line first as far as being produced, and they're like, hey, let's do it for the Phantom Menace also. You can, by the way, find these in what are called Saga collections, Saga 2-packs, but it's kind of dumb because there's only 2 films in it instead of 3. But you can get the widescreen versions of both the first 2 prequel films in sort of just one cardboard box. It's these inside a cardboard box. It says Saga 2-pack. Same thing with the full screen ones. I've never bothered with it because it's the same thing, and the packaging is very, very little on the different side, as if I haven't run into that before with other things that I've purchased. Anyway, same thing if you look inside the full screen. This has something that my earlier one is missing. I'll show that to you in a second. We have disc 1, noted there at the bottom as full screen, because you got to call out full screen now as opposed to widescreen. Disc 2, same as before, and the insert is the same as the other one. What fell out of that was this. Own Episode 1, The Phantom Menace on DVD. Explore the saga from the beginning. Little advertisement thing talking about the features of the Phantom Menace on DVD, in case you already owned it on VHS. I'm guessing I tossed it out for my widescreen one when I first bought it. This was in a later purchase of a full screen one secondhand, still intact inside there. In this case, just like with Phantom Menace, though, we got a crap ton of extras. Got commentary on the main disc. That is the case with all the prequels, in case I didn't mention that with Phantom Menace. But then we also got other extras on that bonus disc. In this case, on the bonus disc, what we got were the Breathing and Mystery teasers, the Forbidden Love teaser, the Clone Wars, not for the Clone Wars cartoon series or anything, Clone Wars trailer, just highlighting the Clone Wars in the film, and the Across the Stars music video / trailer, along with 4 action TV spots and 8 character TV spots, and a preview of the weird quasi-mockumentary documentary R2-D2 Beneath the Dome. We also got some special features like From Puppets to Pixels, State of the Art, a crap ton of deleted scenes, 8 of them that were either playable by themselves or with special introductions, 3 featurettes, 12 web documentaries, still galleries, and further features like Films Are Not Released, They Escape, Episode 2 visual effects breakdown montage, and more. Lots of very cool stuff on this release. I should also note here, by the way, that there are some subtle changes as Attack of the Clones makes its way onto DVD. We now have an additional little bit from the digital version, when this appeared in theaters, of Anakin holding Padme's hand with his mechanical one during the wedding ceremony. And we have an additional quick little bit of conversation after he confesses to killing the Tuskens, where she basically says, to err, to be wrong is to be human, and all this bull crap because you just killed a bunch of people and I need to run the hell away from you. The whole, being angry is being human, so it's okay that you killed them all after he confesses to it. That is an additional bit that was not seen in regular theaters that wound up making its way onto this DVD release. But if all the cool extras are on here, or on here if you want to buy the one that's full screen, which doesn't look as cool, how are they going to get people to buy the VHS? What would be the point of buying the VHS if the DVDs are so much better? I mean, it's a full screen VHS. You can even buy full screen on DVD if you really don't want widescreen for some reason. Why bother with this sucker? Well, turns out there is one drawing factor for this that a lot of times gets overlooked because it was not something that was really hyped up at the time. The VHS full-screen release of Attack of the Clones includes a special little documentary type thing inside it that is exclusive just to this VHS tape. Nowhere else. It's called Star Wars Connections, and it talks about the connections between the trilogies. It plays before the actual film itself, which is kind of cool, though it is kind of spoilerish. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because, of course, that's copyrighted. I'm not going to get my butt kicked. But here's a quick little clip of like the introduction to it to give you a feel of the flavor of this special documentary.
What do you mean, broken? Well, fix it then, you stupid bucket. God, really, machines are so unreliable. Oh, well done, R2. I knew you could do it. Hello. I am C-3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2. We are here at the request of Master Luke Skywalker to record all that we know about the calamitous and quite spectacular events surrounding the fall of the Old Republic and the rise of the evil Empire. It all began with Anakin Skywalker.
And if that wasn't enough, you can also find the deleted scenes on this. So if you were really kind of staying back from buying a DVD player, but you wanted those deleted scenes, they included it on the VHS, which is pretty thoughtful of them, all after the film itself. And that pretty much marked the end of VHS for Star Wars at this point. By the time Revenge of the Sith winds up hitting DVD, it'll hit only DVD and not have a corresponding VHS release, but it will have its pair, its gold and blue pair out there. Another good release in 2002, nice to see that it was not going to take another year for us to finally get a Star Wars film on DVD after it hits VHS. This was simultaneous. DVD is king at this point. We will take a look at the rise of the Empire with Revenge of the Sith in our next episode, as the king, or former king, finally dies a horrible, agonizing, forgotten death, and DVD reigns. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.